So with that, Gandalf informs our heroes that although the battle for Helm's Deep is over, the battle for Middle-earth is about to begin.
The battle for Helm's Deep is over. The battle for Middle-earth is about to begin.
Faramir sees the error of his ways and let Frodo and Gollum continue their journey to Mordor as Gollum plots to kill Frodo and Sam and take the ring for himself by leading them to a mysterious stair. And that brings our movie to an outstanding cliffhanger. God, I bet audiences back in 2002 were on the edge of their seat with excitement waiting for the return of the king. And I bet when they found out they had to wait a freaking year, they were like, "Ah, man." But thankfully it was well worth the wait. So that was The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, and what do I think of it? Well, The Two Towers is a funny one because it's genuinely considered by some to be the weakest of the three, and some to be the best of the three. Personally, I think it's neither. I'd say it's the second best in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I think it's a definite improvement over Fellowship in every way. It's certainly more action-packed, both funnier and darker, has a lot more going on. All of the storylines are very interesting and never drag. And the Battle of Helm's Deep is... Do I need to say how awesome it is? I applaud Peter Jackson for doing such a great job with Helm's Deep, with all those long night shoots, all those Uruk-hai and outstanding costumes, especially with rain, and the stunt work was outstanding, and just it's just thrilling. It has so many great moments, and you're on the edge of your seat, you are cheering for your heroes to win. It's the best possible way to end the movie. Now compare Battle of Helm's Deep to the Battle of the Five Armies. Look at it. It looks almost entirely CGI and completely filmed on a green screen. And there's not much substance here.
But Harry, did the Battle of Helm's Deep have Billy Connolly riding on the back of a wild boar? I don't think so.
Well, you're right, Mum. Billy Connolly riding on a pig was awesome and a major highlight of the battle, and I just wish it had more of that. While I know some people have an issue with the lack of main characters dying in this movie, even Peter Jackson admitted that they had the disadvantage of none of our heroes dying, unlike in Fellowship, where the stakes are much higher. But I didn't mind too much, because we had that in Fellowship, and the stakes were still phenomenally high. And I love these characters, I don't want to see them go. And the Ents, a lot of people don't like the Ents, they find them slow and boring. I love the Ents. They play an important part taking down Saruman, and they embody Tolkien's belief that nature will fight back against the machines. And John Rhys Davies did a phenomenal job with voice acting, and they did a brilliant job with bringing the Ents to life, so they're great. The performances are all around outstanding, even if the actors do get injured, they still give it their all. Andy Serkis is absolutely incredible as Gollum. Just give him an Oscar already, he deserves it. And Sean Astin, again, deserves an Oscar for Samwise Gamgee. And people also point out how the female characters in this movie do fuck all, but I don't really mind, because although Arwen was going to be in the Battle of Helm's Deep, I don't mind not fighting, because she did that in the first movie, and Liv Tyler said you don't have to put a sword in her hands to make her strong. I like the fact that she's strong character without having to fight. She's an incredibly powerful, fearless woman choosing a mortal life over an immortal life to be with the one she loves. And Eowyn, at least we saw the hints of her being a good warrior and wanting to fight, and that was enough. Thank God we actually got to see her fight in the Return of the King, though. That was freaking awesome. So as a middle chapter in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, The Two Towers is outstanding. It's a more than worthy follow-up to Fellowship, and a brilliant setup to Return of the King, and ranks up there with The Empire Strikes Back, Terminator 2, Spider-Man 2, Shrek 2, you name it, and The Dark Knight especially, as one of the greatest sequels ever made. And I'm also just going to mention, while the soundtrack of The Two Towers probably is the weakest of the three, it's still beautiful and awe-inspiring. I'd give The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers 5 stars out of 5. I'm Harry Thomas, thank you all for watching, and join me next time for my review of The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King.